Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to URKG. This is your latest Real Madrid news and transfer news as we discuss something that is going to shake up this summer. Of course, we're going to start off with Fran Garcia. He is staying not just because Madrid needs depth. Xabi Alonso personally told the board, do not sell him. He wants Fran Garcia to be part of his tactical system. But that is not all, people. Ferland Mendy, the club is done with him. Apparently, Madrid want him gone this summer, and there's a new plan for the left-back position, Fran Garcia and Alvaro Carreras. And for those of you dreaming about Rodri coming to replace Toni Kroos, that is not happening. Reports say that Madrid are not trying to sign Rodri this summer. So tonight, basically, we're breaking down Fran Garcia's importance under Xabi Alonso, why Mendy is being pushed, and why Rodri is not coming to Real Madrid, and much more. We're going to do a Q&A and other transfer news, so we do have time. But look, before we get started, smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new to the channel, and also join the Discord. I'm going to pin that in the chat as well. But look, big up to everybody for joining us. We're going to start off with Fran Garcia. Of course, breaking news coming for Fran Garcia. He will be staying at Real Madrid this summer. I think this could be a good news. No, I think it could be a good news. Xabi Alonso just said, yeah, we want to keep him. Basically, that's what he said, according to Diario AS. That's what they're saying. We're not listening to any offers for Fran Garcia. And let's talk about why Fran Garcia is so important for Real Madrid, right? He's fast. He's a modern left back, great in overlaps. He gives Madrid width and energy, and he's only 24 years old and a homegrown talent. So I can understand why they're doing this. I can understand why they want to keep Fran Garcia and try to get rid of Mendy. We're going to get into the Mendy topic in a second. But under Carlo Ancelotti, right, Fran Garcia wasn't trusted in big matches. I remember that. He was seen more of as a rotation, but now he might just become the first choice left back. Yes, we brought Carreras in, but it's going to be between those two to start every single game. They're going to be having a competition to be a starter for the team, of course. And Xabi Alonso actually enjoyed and liked the performances from Fran Garcia in the Club World Cup. It's not just Xabi Alonso, by the way. I actually was impressed by Fran Garcia's performance in the Club World Cup. That's not something we saw under Carlo Ancelotti. So probably it looks like now Fran Garcia will be staying, and it looks like we're going to be keeping Fran Garcia, and instead of Mendy. I'm going to get into the Mendy conversation in a second. But look, he's coachable. He's got pace, recovery. He's got the recovery speed as well. I think he just needs positional maturity. I think that's something that Xabi Alonso could work with him, and he could definitely improve him in the upcoming season. But you guys let me know in the chat, would you trust Fran Garcia as our next season starter or a backup for Carreras? You guys let me know in the comment sections. And who would you keep? Would you keep Fran Garcia or Mendy? Let me know in the comments. I'm looking at the poll now, and a lot of you are saying keep Fran Garcia, 50%. Basically, all of you guys are saying, 50% of you are saying keep Fran Garcia. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I spoke about this a while back. I don't know, 2, 3, 4 shows before, that Fran Garcia makes sense to keep him if we can find an offer for Mendy, right? If we're not going to get an offer for Mendy, then what are you going to do? Are you going to have 3 left backs in the same team? What is going to happen with our left back position? We can't just have 3 left backs in one team. What's going to happen? That's the concern. And I want us to invest more into other positions. The only way we could do that, right? We could sell players that we have. And Fran Garcia or Mendy could be those guys. But I do see Fran Garcia being a solid second or a backup left back for Real Madrid next season. London says we should keep Mendy. So London thinks that we should keep Mendy and get rid of Fran Garcia. Interesting point. What else? What else are you guys saying? We're keeping Garcia, says Rodrigo. Saliba, House, and Karate. We're not going to talk about Saliba now. All right. So I think I covered all the comments regarding this question, really, right? But I do see him staying. Alonso has made it clear. Alonso has made it clear in the Club World Cup as well that he wants to keep Fran Garcia. And it looks like, according to the news that is coming up right now, it looks like Fran Garcia will be staying at Real Madrid this summer. And Xabi Alonso has told the club not to listen to any offers, and he wants him in the squad. Pretty much. That is the case, people. That is the case. Yeah, the second topic. Look, the second topic I want to talk about, right, is, of course, this guy, which is really related to what we talked about in the first segment, right? Madrid want Mendy to leave the club this summer, and they want left back to be Fran Garcia and Alvaro Carreras. Look, again, right? Again. It's with Fran Garcia staying, right? Madrid have made a clear decision. They want to keep both these two guys. And that's according to, again, Dario AS, which is a Spanish source, really. And Madrid have no interest in renewing him. And the plan is basically to move him on. They're ready to go all, just trust Carreras and Fran Garcia. Injury record is bad. Mendy missed over 60 games in the past 3 seasons, I would say. He lost a lot of games. He missed a lot of games, should I say. Attacking threat, it's so minimal. I don't see Mendy being a powerful left back for us. So it kind of makes sense, right? It really kind of makes sense, to be honest with you. The fact that Mendy is the one to be sacrificed for Real Madrid and not Fran Garcia. Of course, it's not personal. It's just business, right? Madrid are building for the future, of course, and Mendy just does not fit that direction anymore. Xabi Alonso seems to be to prefer a player who's flexible, technical, and high intensity as well. Mendy's strength is physicality and positioning, but he's no longer makes up for the lack of attack output and for the lack of energy and for the lack of consistency as well in the team, consistently being out, consistently being injured. So now the plan is clear. Fran Garcia plus Alvaro Carreras, that would be the left back pairing at Real Madrid. And Carreras is still, right? He's still hungry for more. His attacking upside is just ridiculous. So we're just going to have to wait and see what he's going to bring to the team. But like I said, who would you keep? I don't know why Kanate is doing in that picture. We need to get rid of him there. We need to get rid of him. I'm going to get into the comment section in a bit. All right, let me see. KG, we don't need a left back. We don't need a left back. What I'm saying is that we need to make a decision. We need to make a decision on who to keep and who to let go. Are you keeping Mendy or are you keeping Fran Garcia is the question, right? That's the biggest question. At the end, people, we got to talk about Rodri's situation as well. Stay tuned for that. But would it be okay with Fran Garcia and Carreras? Or should Madrid actually go for another left back and get rid of Fran Garcia and Mendy? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. Let me see. Let me see some of the comments here. Okay. Rodrigo says KG, Mbappe, Isaac, and Rodrigo is going to be deadly. Now, we got to take care of that. We're going to talk about that at the end. If we do have time, we're going to talk about that at the end. But I just want to focus on Fran Garcia and Mendy's situation. My preference, I don't know if you heard me say this before, but my preference is pretty much keeping keeping Mendy and selling Fran Garcia, because we're going to get enough money. We can get 20, 25 to 30 M's for Fran Garcia. We're not going to get that kind of money for Mendy. So yes, it's easy said and done to come out and say, okay, I want Mendy out. Madrid want Mendy to be sold. But who's going to come in and offer? Who's coming in with an offer? I don't see any team coming in for Fran Garcia, for Mendy. Really, I don't see anybody coming in for Mendy. And because of his lack of performance, a lack of consistency last season, nobody's willing to pay any money for Mendy. But if you want a balanced left back, you could argue easily Mendy and Carreras makes more sense because Carreras and Fran Garcia are kind of similar. They're both small, fast, energetic, but Mendy brings something different, physicality, experience. So if you ask me, the best combination is Mendy and Carreras. And especially the fact that we're going to get offers for Fran Garcia. But apparently, Xabi Alonso doesn't see it that way. Xabi Alonso doesn't see it the same way we see it, or I see it. You guys let me know your thoughts, but he doesn't see it the way I see it. So he wants to basically keep Fran Garcia and get rid of Mendy, which is ridiculous to me. KG, we should just keep the 3 left backs since Mendy's always injured. That makes sense. Regardless, it's not having 3. I mean, what London is saying, I get it, right? Regardless of the situation, right? Mendy could just still be on the bench or in the medical room. It would be like having 2, not 3. But Madrid doesn't want to pay wages for 3 left backs, and which is the reason why they're considering trying to get rid of Mendy. So we'll see how it's going to happen. We'll see what will happen. But the main thing I want to talk about is that I feel like this is a mistake. I feel like we should be keeping Mendy and we should potentially getting rid of Garcia. Or if we're not going to sign anybody, just keep them both. Like Linda mentioned, just keep them both. If we're not signing any other players, it looks like it has gone a little bit quiet right now. If we're not signing anybody, I feel like we just got to decide to keep all of them, right? Bastonio, Saliba, we're going to get into that. Hold that thought. At the end, we're going to do Q&A and we could talk about anybody, all right? Let's just try to focus on the topic right now. What's going on about Rodri? Says the Rod. Yes, we're going to talk about Rodri in a second, all right? We're going to talk about Rodri in a second. Storm says KG, Liverpool. Still talking about Liverpool and United. All right. I think we covered everything. Let's move on to the next one. On to the midfield bombshell. Really. This has just come out right now. Madrid are not trying to sign Rodri this summer. So according to sort of a reliable source, Jeff Felix Diaz, Madrid are not targeting Rodri this summer. That's right. All the rumors about replacing Toni Kroos, which in the first place, I never really thought that Rodri could replace Toni Kroos. They're completely different players. Toni Kroos is not a CDM and Rodri is a CDM. You should be comparing Rodri to Casemiro, not replacing Toni Kroos. It just doesn't make any sense. Some of the rumors are just ridiculous. But regardless, it's not happening. And honestly, if you're thinking about replacing Toni Kroos, it makes sense. He can't be the replacement for Toni Kroos. We need Vitinha. We need somebody, Enzo Fernandez, McAllister. We need these kind of players to come in to replace Toni Kroos, not Rodri. Rodri should come in to be in the CDM position where Tchouaméni is intended to be playing, which apparently right now, Tchouaméni is a third center back. He's not really playing as CDM, according to Xabi Alonso and according to what we saw in the Club World Cup. So this is, I don't think this is, I never really thought that this could happen. Never really did. He's currently on high wages at Manchester City, under contract until 2027, and probably is going to cost us over 100 M's if we go in for him now. And yes, it looks like Madrid and Xabi Alonso are believing in the midfield that we already have. So Bellingham, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Adraguler, basically these guys are going to be our midfielders next season. And Ceballos as well. You can add Ceballos and Diaz in there as well. But I don't know. I think something is missing. I feel like that midfield is not a great combination. It really isn't. If you're going to trust Tchouaméni as a CDM, then we need to bring in somebody like Vitinha. We need to bring in somebody that could control the tempo of the game, like Toni Kroos used to do. Or Modric used to do. We don't have that kind of midfielders. Bellingham is not that. Valverde is not that. Both of them are not are not midfielders type where they could hold and control the game. That's not what they do. They are box to box. They could be defensive. They can be offensive. They can get you goals, but they're in the box consistently. They're just box to box, right? They're not somebody that that is like Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz. They're not those guys, right? That is the problem that we have. They're not like other midfielders. We need a midfielder that can control the tempo. And apparently Madrid have just decided not to go forward. And I think it's a huge mistake. Close us back in the house. Pick up yourself. How many chances of Isak coming, says Farad? Stay focused on Rodri. We got to talk about Isak later on at the end. You're actually right. It's not a good combination. We should just buy another midfielder from a smaller league. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to bring in somebody that can balance the midfield. The midfield is not balanced. I've looked at every player, right? Valverde and Bellingham are kind of similar. Camavinga also is a joker. I don't know what Camavinga is actually good at. He can play as a goalkeeper. He can play as a striker. He can play as a left back, right back, you name it. He played every position, bro. He played every position. But it doesn't make him the best player. It just makes him a joker player, an important player for the team. I don't want to sell Camavinga, but I can't say Camavinga is good at this. Like, he's not good at any position. He's just all over the place. It's good to have in the team, but I can't rely on him in any position. Tchouaméni, again, we need to make a decision. Is he a CDM or is he a center back? Make that choice. Make a decision there. Alonso has to make a decision there. If he thinks that Tchouaméni could be our third center back, then forget about buying Konate. Forget about getting and try to sign Saliba and focus on getting another midfielder. If you think Tchouaméni is a CDM, then forget about Rodri. Get center backs. Get Saliba. Get Konate. You understand what I'm saying? We can't have both, but we need to make a decision. We can't just sit on our ass and look at everybody buying players and accept us. It just doesn't make any sense. That decision has to be made. It needs to be made quickly. Enzo was best for Madrid. I really like Enzo Fernandez instead of Rodri, to be honest with you. He could fit the team really, really well. The same with McAllister, the same with Vitinha, the same with Neves. All these guys that apparently we cannot get, right? Barella is another one, which I really did not talk about, but Barella could also be the guy that can come in and just revolutionize our midfield and give that midfield a balance. Right now, the team is not balanced. It's just not balanced. It really isn't. KG, put the links in the Discord. All right, let me put the links for the Discord. By the way, all of you who are just joining us, make sure you smash that like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and let us know what your thoughts are about the topics that we are talking about here. I pinned it in the chat. Linda says Barella is overrated. So you don't like Barella. I think Barella's good. If you've seen Inter Milan, everything goes through him. Everything. I mean, everything. So that tells you how solid that guy is. I don't understand why Madrid are not going for him. I haven't even seen any rumors, really, regarding Barella to Real Madrid, which is the reason why we never really talked about it on this show. But he could be somebody that we could really use. Let me just go through the comments. KG, Marca gave best player award to Lamine. That's crazy, man. That is really, really crazy, bro. But yeah, to stay on the topic, were you actually hoping, right, we would sign Rodri this summer? And do we already have enough midfield quality in the team? You guys let me know your thoughts now. I can go through the comments. But I feel like we needed a midfield. I've had what I have to say, right? Needed a controlling midfield, somebody that can control the midfield. And we were missing that big time. Or go get a center back, at least. Go get a center back. Konate as a center back, that makes sense to me as well. If you're not going to sign a midfielder, then just go ahead and sign Konate or Saliba. Get a third center back in. Then that gives me confidence that you're going to rely on Tchouaméni in the CDM position, because CDM position is the position that Xabi Alonso knows really well. If you ask Xabi Alonso which position is he good at identifying quality, that would be that position, because he played that position all his life. CDM at Liverpool alongside Mascherano, and CDM at Real Madrid alongside Khedira, CDM at Bayern Munich as well. So This guy knows that position. He knows that position. And what he showed us in the Club World Cup is that that position doesn't belong for Tchouaméni. He did not play Tchouaméni in there. He tried Valverde. He tried Bellingham, Valverde, Arda in that middle of the park. It just didn't work. We got destroyed against Paris Saint-Germain. We got completely destroyed. So I can't believe we can go through a new season with that midfield. It just doesn't make any sense. Really, really doesn't make any sense. What's going on? I heard that Liverpool are confident about Konaté's renewal, his contract. We're going to get into that. KG, we need a good CDM for Real Madrid. That's what I'm saying. A CDM or a CM. One of those has to be made, and one of those decisions has to be made. So far, we're not listening. We're not hearing anything regarding midfielders, and we're not hearing anything regarding defenders as well. So that concerns me a lot. Really, really concerns me. And I think next season, we're going to suffer. We're going to suffer big time. I know people are excited about Dean Howson, Trent, Carreras, but I think the team lacks a pure midfielder that we need desperately. And the team is also lacking another center back. So those two needs to happen if we want to compete in every competition. And also the center back, the striker position as well is something to talk about, really. Endrick and Gonzalo Garcia, make a decision. You can't keep both of them. You have to decide and keep one of them and let one of them go so that the team was going to have balance. We have uncertainties about Rodrigo, uncertainties about Vinicius Jr. It's a mess right now, bro. It is a mess. Chloe says, KG, I will buy Barella. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. All right. I think we covered everything. And we're going to do a Q&A now at the end. And you guys can ask me anything. We could talk about any other transfer news that is happening at this moment in time. But yeah, that's the update. That is the update in today's show, of course. Get in the comment sections. Let me know your thoughts about the whole situation. But just to recap, we spoke about Fran Garcia staying. Xabi Alonso trusts him. And he wants it to be the part of the new plan. Mendy out. Madrid is moving on. Looking forward to Garcia and Carreras in the left back position. Rodrigo rumor has been totally shut down now. No move this summer. Club is happy with the current midfield, which is really, really concerning for me. But now it's your turn. I'll take a few of your live comments from the chat before we wrap up. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel for daily Real Madrid content, and also join the Discord as well. I pinned it in the chat. But yeah, get in the comment section to let me know your thoughts. Where is Konaté's contract renewal part? Look, Konaté's contract renewal, there's discussion, but he has not renewed. He has not renewed, which pretty much gives us an opportunity to steal him or get him for 20 M's, 20 to 25 M's. KG, why you didn't stream yesterday? We didn't have news yesterday. We didn't have really breaking news yesterday, so that's why we didn't stream. KG, is Rodrigo leaving or staying? Again, there's a lot of talks, Rodrigo. There's a lot of talks, but the Rodrigo talk has cooled down a little bit, especially to Liverpool. It's almost impossible. Isak potentially going to Liverpool, and they've signed Ekatike as well, so that means they're not coming in for Rodrigo. If they go in for Isak, that means they're not going to sign Rodrigo. And you look at Arsenal, they've invested heavily in other positions. I don't think they can afford Rodrigo, so that's going to be off the book. So it's only Paris Saint-Germain, really, and that can get him in that position. Manchester City is all set as well, all set in their attacking midfield position and the wing position. So he could potentially be staying. As things stands right now, he could potentially be staying as well. Chloe says, KG, I still say sell Vinny, and we can buy the players that we need. It makes sense to me. It makes a whole lot of sense to me. Why is the All right, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I think it should be good now. Sometimes it does this. I don't know why. I do not know why. Are we good now? Are we good now? We should be good. Put W's in the chat right now if we're good. W's in the chat. Yeah, so Clowen talked about Kanate. So I feel like Kanate's situation is still not settled. It hasn't been decided yet, but Madrid are lurking behind. They're sniffing basically to see if he's going to accept a new deal. Liverpool are trying to prepare a new deal for Kanate, and apparently he has not signed it yet. So as long as he doesn't sign it, we still have a chance. We still have a chance. PSG don't need Rodrigo. They have Doué. Yes, they have Doué, but they're playing Dembele as a center forward. So PSG definitely needs somebody in that position. If Kvaratskhelia gets injured, are they going to rely on Barcola all season? I don't think so. I don't think so. Chloe, you're not a Madrid fan, says London. KG, if Rodrigo goes to PSG, would he be behind Doué? No, he's going to be competing with Kvaratskhelia on the left-hand side position. That's what I think if he goes to Paris Saint-Germain. But again, talks about Paris Saint-Germain, talks about Liverpool have just completely went quiet today and yesterday. I haven't really seen any talks about Rodrigo. So that tells me that Rodrigo also could be staying. So Rodrigo, Vini, they could potentially be staying. It's good for us, especially if Madrid are not trying to sign any other players. Then we need to keep these guys. We need to keep both. We need to keep them both. All right, I think we're going to wrap up. If you guys don't have any questions and anything to talk about, there's not a lot of talks about. There's talks about Isak joining Liverpool, of course, and I did a video yesterday, potentially, maybe if he could come to Real Madrid. I was just dreaming, of course. I didn't say that it was breaking news, but I just said that, I have a dream, like Martin Luther King. So potentially, maybe if we can actually go in for him. If you haven't watched the video, check it out. But I feel like he could have been an option for Real Madrid. Isak is when he can't go to Liverpool. I mean, they're saying he's going to go to Liverpool, but it really doesn't make any sense. Ekitike, they just spent big. Liverpool just spent big. I don't know where they're going to play him at Liverpool unless they put Ekitike out wide or Isak out wide. It really doesn't make any sense how they're planning to play Liverpool. But Arsenal have signed a striker. Chelsea have signed 2. City have Haaland. Barcelona have Lewandowski. And they just got Rashford as well as a backup maybe to play that position. So everybody's stacked up in that position, including Madrid. But Madrid's one is not balanced. You got Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe. They all want to play on the left-hand side. They're not center forwards. So that tells me there's an opening for Madrid there. You can get rid of Vinicius or Rodrigo. I don't care if you bring Isak in. I'll be honest with you, because that gives the team balance. That gives the team a real balance. That team can beat anybody. That's what we need. And I don't know why they're not doing that. Mukuti says, Madrid lack control of midfield. I spoke about it. If you just joined it, you missed it. You missed it, bro. You missed it. But we discussed how this midfield position is the weakest point. The weakest point at Real Madrid right now. And Alonso is a midfielder, but he's not really thinking about it. I don't know. I can't believe how he can't see it. He can't see it. Like, we are desperate for a midfielder to come in that controls the tempo. And he can't see it. I don't know. He still can't see it. And by the way, Jude Bellingham's going to be out 3 or 4 months. So that means we're going to be relying on Arda Güler, Diaz, and Valverde, and Camavinga, and Ceballos. And you think that team is going to win La Liga? You think, are we going to win La Liga? Forget about the Champions League. Can we win La Liga with that? I don't know about that. I'm not confident. I'll be honest. I'm not confident at all. Rodrigo says if Vinicius Jr. leaves, Mbappe's number 10, Rodrigo number 7, Garcia 9, potentially. Who should we sign then? You just joined now. I told you, midfielder position, we need to get somebody like Barella, Vitinha, Neves. Go for these kind of players. Enzo Fernandez, McAllister. I've listed out all these names. Go get one of them. Convince one of them, bro. That's all we have to do. We need one more midfielder / center back and a proper center forward, says Doe. 100%. 100%. I think you are nailed on. Everything I talked about, you just put it in one sentence. Chelsea are still saying more players, but we don't. Madrid is the same. Yeah, Madrid needs to sign more players. Madrid needs to sign more players. Adra, Barella, they could play together. You could put Chouameni as a CDM and put Adra and Barella together. And you could put Bellingham and Valverde together behind Chouameni. Again, but we need options. We need options there. Ceballos has not been that useful. Let's be honest. He hasn't been that useful last season. Even the season before, we bought him, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago, and then we loaned him out. Arsenal took him. It didn't work out. They didn't want to keep him. He went to Real Betis. They didn't want to keep him as well. So, look, at the end of the day, if Alonso is telling us that he's going to rely on Chouameni and Camavinga, Ceballos, and Bellingham and Diaz Arregulé as well, look, we're deep shit. We're in trouble. I'm telling you now, we are in trouble. Rayan says Arregulé is better than Rodrigo. They're slightly playing different system, right? In a different position, not system, different position, right? Adra is more of a midfielder. That's how Alonso sees it. Rodrigo is out and out winger. So on the right or on the left. So they're slightly different. I think young ones would be better, especially someone like Enzo, Vitinha, and Neves. That's exactly my point, bro. That's exactly my point. I don't know why there's no discussion about that. I don't know why we're not making moves to get those positions filled, but those are the positions that we need to think about. KG, left wing, Kylian Mbappe, striker, Rodrigo, right wing, Mastantuono. Rodrigo doesn't want to play as center forward. That's the problem, though. That's the problem. And he can't play that role. And we can't have another winger turning into a center forward. We already have Mbappe. We already have Endrick. I mean, Endrick is a 9. Okay, Gonzalo Garcia and Endrick are 9s, really. So we need to load them out if we're thinking about getting another number 9. And second of all, the problem we have up front is that Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo, they all want to be playing on the left, which is the reason why Alonso went out and got Mastantuono, because he wants to be on the right. Nobody, these 3 that I just mentioned, they don't want to play on the right. I've seen Rodrigo, Vini play in that position, but they don't want to be there. So are we going to have 3 players on the left-hand side? The team doesn't have balance. One of them has to go. It's not going to be Kylian Mbappe. He's just got the number 10. It's either going to be Vini or Rodrigo. I think one of them could potentially leave this up. What do you think about Saliba and Kanate would be willing to leave their clubs for Madrid? We spoke about this, Mukuti, yesterday. So not yesterday, the day before. So I do see Saliba happening only the only way I see it happening is if Saliba just pushes up, if he hands in a transfer request, and I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's respected at Arsenal. I don't think he will do that. And Madrid is also not in a position, not that desperate to sign a center back. We already have Militao, Rudiger, Dean Housen is in. Asensio is also in the conversation, right? Alaba, don't forget, he's still here. We haven't gotten rid of him. So, and then we have 3 left backs as well. So in order for us to make any sort of defensive signing or defenders, I think we need to get rid of Alaba, Mendy, or Garcia. Somebody has to go. And then potentially we can add one more center back. And most likely, I would say Kanate. Kanate is the most likely because he's cheap. His contract is finishing up. We can get him 20 to 25 now, or wait until the summer, next summer, to get him for free. It's got to be between that. KG, we must buy players, or Xavi will be sacrificed if we lose next season. Absolutely spot on. Kluan is absolutely right. You know Madrid. if things are not going well, if we are losing games consistently next season, he will be sacrificed mid-season. You know they're going to do that. You know they're going to do that. They're not going to play around. Florentino Perez does not mess around. The moment the results don't go his way, he takes actions immediately. You said Adra over Rodrigo. I didn't say that. I said they play different roles now in the team. Dole says we need one more midfielder and a center back. I agree with that. But yeah, guys, that's the situation. That is the situation that is going on at Real Madrid right now. All the breaking news we've just talked about. And what do you guys think? Who should we go and get? Who should we go and get? And what position do you think we need to strengthen? Center forward, CDM, CM, or center back position, or left back or right back position? I think right back position, we're solid. Goalkeeper, we're solid. Left back also, we just signed one. So I'm thinking maybe a center back, one more center back, and get rid of the deadwoods, dead legs like Alaba and these guys, and try to get another midfielder. Not a CDM, but a midfielder that can control the game. Not Rodri, but get somebody like Vitinha, Enzo, and McAllister. That's what I'm hoping for this summer. Of course, there's still time. There's still time for this transfer window to finish. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. But yeah, guys, tomorrow, I think we have a game tomorrow. And if I'm not mistaken, let me just quickly check. There's a Liverpool versus AC Milan match. So we're thinking about doing a watch along for that game. And maybe just watch out how Kanate is going to perform if he plays in that match, and whether we're going to come or get him or not. We'll find out. KG, Mbappe on the striker, don't care what he says. Yeah, he's going to have to play as a center forward now. Chelsea versus Bayern Leverkusen, what about that? Is that tomorrow? Is that game tomorrow, bro? I don't see it. Yeah, probably we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. CM and CDM, says Kluan. Yep, I agree with that. But if you're just tuning in, that is the news, people. Fran Garcia staying, Mendy potentially going out, and the Rodri talk has been completely dismissed. Let's wait and see. But it's not good. It's just not good at Real Madrid, what's going on now. You look at Barcelona, how the Barcelona team is improving. It is getting scarier, right? They're adding depth in every position. Now they just added Rashford. You might not think Rashford is the best player, but again, that is depth in their position. Rafinha gets injured, Rashford is going to be there. You understand? Lewandowski gets injured, Rashford is going to be there. Torres is going to be there. Lamine Yamal gets injured. They got Dani Olmo. They have Gavi, Pedri. I mean, look, they've got loads of players. They got players in the CDM position. They got midfielders that can control the tempo of the match. They got creators like Iniesta, and they got pure number 9s like Lewandowski. So our team is lacking that balance, and which is the reason why basically we lost all El Clasico games last season. Pretty much lost the both games in La Liga, lost the cup match, and lost the Copa del Rey final. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. If we're going like this next season, I'm really are concerned, bro. Really concerned. KG, what time tomorrow is going to be? 7:30 Eastern time. 7:30 Eastern time. KG, if you were Liverpool, you can't sell him. What would you do? I will sell him. I'll sell him because I'm not going to risk. If I were Liverpool about Kanate's situation, I will definitely sell him because I don't want to be in the same situation. First of all, I'm going to try to sign him, give him a contract, which is what Liverpool is doing now. If he doesn't sign the contract, then you got to sell him. You have to sell him. It's as simple as that. Because you're going to lose him for free. And you don't want the same movie again. What we did to Trent could happen to them again. Yep. All right. Yeah, I think we covered everything. But yeah, guys, thank you all. As always, smash them likes, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If there's anything pops up about Madrid, of course, you know we're going to be on it immediately. Visibility says, where would you want Rodrigo to go if he was about to leave? I would say I really don't mind where he goes. He can definitely go to Arsenal. He can go to Liverpool. I don't care, really. As long as we get a proper number 9, I'm willing to sacrifice Rodrigo or Vinny. One of them, just one of them has to be sacrificed. We can't have 2 left wingers. I mean, 3 left wingers playing in the same team. It just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. And it showed yesterday. I mean, last season it showed for everybody how the team can't play with all those 3 left wingers. It's just not happening. And one of them got to go. And we're probably going to need a number 9. Unless we're talking about relying on Gonzalo Garcia. Imagine Barcelona have Lewandowski. We're going to rely on Gonzalo Garcia as a 9. Doesn't make any sense. Really, really doesn't make any sense. And things got to happen and needs to happen really, really quickly. KG, I feel the same about United. If we don't buy players, Ruben will be also getting sacrificed 100%. Ruben is in the same situation. Ruben is actually in the worst position because Madrid actually have decent players all across the board. Ruben doesn't have that. So United also in a big mess, right? United also need a center forward. United also need a CDM. Casemiro's getting old. And defense-wise, I think United is good. But center forward in the CDM position is lacking. And a goalkeeper as well. You can't just Onana, man. Onana has been messing up big time. So, yeah. United also in the same boat. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? I'm out. And let me know in the comment section all your thoughts about the segment we covered. I'm going to put chapters. If you haven't seen it or you just joined in, I'll put chapters. You can go back and watch them all right? Big up to all of you. Love everybody. I'm out. Peace.